Hello everyone. In the previous lecture we studied basic philosophy of finite difference method and its implementation to ordinary differential equation. Now we will learn to implement finite difference method to partial differential equation. Before jumping into the implementation part, let us cover some basics of partial differential equation and its classification. So first basic question is how partial differential equation differs from the ordinary differential equation. In ordinary differential equation, we have only one independent variable. If you look at this particular equation, then we have only one independent variable and that is x. So this particular equation is called ordinary differential equation. In partial differential equation, we have more than one independent variables. Like in this case, we have two independent variables x and y. Here u is dependent variable. Let us look at some physical example to understand the difference between ordinary differential equation and partial differential equation. Here we have a hot water bath which is maintained at some hot temperature. If we submerge a spherical ball into this, then due to the temperature difference between hot water bath and spherical ball, the heat transfer will take place from water to spherical ball. Now the differential equation which govern this phenomena is given using the following equation. Here number of independent variables is only one and that is time t. Hence this equation is ordinary differential equation. Here theta is temperature and t is time. That is, we are observing how temperature of the spherical ball vary with time. This phenomena depends on number of parameters such as mass of the ball, heat capacity of the ball, convective heat transfer coefficient between water and ball, surface area of the ball, and temperature difference between ball and water. It is important to note here that we can represent the heat transfer phenomena using this particular equation only under the assumption that the ball is considered as a lump system, which means that temperature of the ball is not a function of space. That is, at any instant of time, temperature of the ball is same whether you measure at surface of the ball or at the central location of the ball. With this assumption, we can say that the temperature vary only with time. So here the number of independent variable is 1, that is time t, and this particular equation is ordinary differential equation. Now we will look at the same example. However, the only difference we are making is the ball is not a lump system, which basically implies that temperature of the ball is not constant throughout the body, but it does vary with time and space. The following differential equation governs the system. In spherical coordinate, the spherical location are represented using radius r, theta and phi, and here also we have another independent variable which is time t. So in the present case, number of independent variables are 4, that is r, theta, phi and time t, which makes the particular differential equation to partial differential equation. Let us see classification of partial differential equation. Now most of the partial differential equation discussed in the introductory course on numerical methods are limited to second order linear partial differential equation. So this is the generalized formula of second order linear partial differential equation where we have coefficient a, b, c and d. The coefficients a, b and c can be function of independent variables such as x and y, and coefficient d can be function of independent variables x and y and also function of dependent variable and its partial derivatives, that is del u by del x and del u by del y. The second order linear partial differential equation can be classified as a elliptic, parabolic and hyperbolic, and this classification very much dependent on the values of variables a, b and c. The second order linear partial differential equation is considered to be elliptic if the value of b square minus 4ac is less than 0. If the b square minus 4ac is exactly equal to 0, then this particular equation is called parabolic. And if the b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, then this particular equation is hyperbolic. Let us understand this with some example. Let us see the example of elliptic equation. So this is a two-dimensional plate, and suppose temperature of the boundaries are given in terms of some boundary conditions, and we are interested to determine steady state temperature of the plate at different locations. Then the second order partial differential equation which governs this system is represented using Laplacian equation, which is written here. Here we have one dependent variable, that is temperature T, and two independent variables x and y. If we compare the Laplacian equation with the generalized expression of second order linear partial differential equation, then we will find that A is equal to 1. Here we don't have del 2u by del x del y terms, so B is equal to 0. By comparing del square t by del y square, you will find that C is equal to 1 and D is equal to 0. Substituting these values to b square minus 4ac will give you 0 minus 4 times 1 into 1, which is equal to minus 4, and this is less than 0. So this particular Laplacian equation is elliptic in nature. Now let us consider another example for parabolic equation. Let's suppose we have one rod and we have maintained one end of the temperature to T0 and other end at temperature Tf. So then what's going to happen is that the temperature of the rod will vary with space and time. The temperature in the rod is given by this particular form of equation. If we compare this particular equation with the generalized form, then we will get A is equal to K, B is equal to 0, C equal to 0, and D is equal to minus 1. By substituting these values to b square minus 4ac will give us 0 minus 4 times k into 0, which is equal to 0, and hence this particular equation is parabolic in nature. Let us consider an example of the last classification of second order linear partial differential equation, that is hyperbolic equation. So let us consider a string which is fixed at two ends, and let's suppose y amount of deflection is given to the string. Then the deflection of the vibrating string is given by wave equation, which is written here. Now one-on-one comparison of the wave equation with the generalized form of second order linear partial differential equation will give us A is equal to 1, B is equal to 0, C is equal to minus 1 by c square, and D is equal to 0. So this ultimately give us b square minus 4ac is equal to 0 minus 4 times 1 into minus 1 by c square, which is equal to 4 by c square, and obviously this is greater than 0. So this particular equation is hyperbolic in nature. In the upcoming class, we will learn implementation of finite difference method to partial differential equations.